It's so easy for them here in the West to hurt our kids' educational efforts because all they got to do is arrest us. Like, if I was arrested and kept in jail for a month, I'd be ruined. My income is a function of my labor, right? And if I and it, a lot of us are in this boat. You get locked up for a month, you can lose your home, your kids, your job, everything over an arrest that can get overturned. Overturned, you could be exonerated and still lose everything. Our history definitely does not begin over here with slavery.
Right.
However, we don't even have a proper understanding of the magnitude of our accomplishments within the construct or the time frame of our time here on in North America.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we were look, it's something special to have gone through all that terrorism for generation after generation and to still come out with as much grace and beauty and power that we have right now. Like the people are the people who came out of that, our Booker T. Washingtons, our George Washington Carvers, bro, who fine-tuned the filament in the light bulb, did all that within the construct of the transatlantic slave trade, Reconstruction, the got the damn Jim Crow era. Like, these are monumental efforts when you really think about it. And that's why I don't feel less than ever standing next to no white person. Whereas before I knew of those things, I did. When I was a shorty, as a teenager, and all I was absorbing was the few books I was reading, but mostly Western media. And Western media and Western education says white people did everything. Everything good that you like came from white people. And it doesn't talk about how, well, there might have been a white person at the helm of this company, but dude was using slave money, reinvested slave money, the capital that made his vision a reality. Like, that part is not told. Our accomplishments are not taught in the school, right? And that's why our kids walk around feeling less than. And then when you feel less than, then you're susceptible to making compromises so that you can try to feel some self-esteem and you can try to get on. I got to be like the whites, or else I'm not going to be able to get on. And the violence of it all is that the system, okay, they say, fine, let's control our education. Let's get people in homeschooling. Let's get them all in Black African-centered schools, but that costs. And then okay, so how do we pay for it? When we're dealing with economic terrorism as well. It's like all these interrelated socioeconomic dynamics that hurt the all these institutions that we need to control and get our kids within in order for them to get the best outcomes. That's why I support schools so much. Like, this month it's Colombo. Next month it's going to be Gary Comer College Prep on the south side of Chicago in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. They're doing fantastic work. They got a mentorship program. They got people over there who care about these Black children and their educational outcomes, and we have to support those efforts.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's so easy for them here in the West to hurt our kids' educational efforts because all they got to do is arrest us. Like, if I was arrested and kept in jail for a month, I'd be ruined. My income is a function of my labor, right? And if I and it, a lot of us are in this boat. You get locked up for a month, you can lose your home, your kids, your job, everything over an arrest that can get overturned. Overturned, you could be exonerated and still lose everything. So, this education aspect cannot be, there's no way of emphasizing it too much. There's no way. It's the only piece of the puzzle that really matters. And I want to give you an analogy and then I'll stop running my mouth. So, the best superhero movies out right now are coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And my wife's a filmmaker, so I was thinking to myself, if my wife wanted to make one of these movies and she needed animators, I guess like the best thing if you had the money is to try to get the animators that they use. Now they know that, so they probably overpay them, and they probably give them all kinds of creature comforts, 401k, free this, free that, free this, free that, because they want to hog the talent. So if I can't afford their talent, what is the only alternative? I got to develop comparable talent through education.
Mm-hmm.
And if I develop them and bring them onto my team while they're affordable, and then we make art that brings in the bag,
Mm-hmm.
then now I can pay them the rates that they deserve.
Right.
Now that they got some experience, now that I'd poured into them and invested in them. But the root of it was the education.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you can match your enemy who is superior, who is not superior but has superior resources, is to educate their competition. Your allies, educate your allies to fight the people that you can't afford. That's why you can't emphasize the importance of education enough. It's the only way. And we have too many parents and people walk around thinking that, well, it's just a place for them to hang out for 8 hours a day while I'm at work. It ain't no big deal. Especially now when they don't hold kids back. They don't fail kids. They really don't fail kids. Your kids can do F work and still matriculate.
No child left behind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're being left behind as you're being pushed forward.
Absolutely.
It's nuts.